Freaking cool. Now, even though I'm going to start the bulk, cardio will not stop. Cardio is not going to stop just because I'm bulking. You know, if anything, okay, I won't say it's more important to do cardio on a bulk than it is on a cut, but dude, you got to do your cardio whether you're maintaining, gaining, bulking, cutting, whatever. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to. I hear the argument a lot, like, if I burn 300 calories on the bike, then I'm going to have to eat another 300 calories to make up for it. Dude, you can get 300 calories down in 0.01 seconds. You know, 300 calories is not a lot. And just by doing the cardio, you're going to be hungry for those 300 calories. You didn't just burn them off. Well, I guess you did, but what I'm trying to say is you just burned off 300 calories. So now your body's kind of telling you, like, okay, I got to eat 300 more. Right? You know, skipping it, dude. I think you're seriously just leaving gains on the table. For me, I mean, I feel like I have a better appetite on the bulk when I do my cardio on a consistent basis, just because I'm, you know, freaking a little bit more of a efficient machine in a sense. The more calories that you burn per day, right, the more calories that you're going to need to stay the same weight. So it's going to be easier for you to be hungrier, if you kind of catch my drift. So let's get ready for this freaking first order. Now, you know, when I eat all my, I guess what the general public would consider trash in terms of just hitting my caloric needs, if I actually like started putting on excess body fat, then I'd pump the brakes and I'd just be doing chicken and rice. But, you know, calories are calories. So getting food into your system to a point where you actually gain weight, right? That's what determines whether or not you're bulking successfully, or if you just think you're bulking and you're really just maintaining your weight. You know, anytime anybody ever asks me, dude, how can I, you know, what kind of foods do I need to eat to bulk? You know, to an extent, I kind of just say, like, whatever you like. You know, obviously get your protein in from dedicated protein sources, meats, fish, eggs, chicken, dairy, right, like that. I'm a bit of an animal protein advocate, but as long as you do that, and then if you're just trying to get that scale to change upward and you can't, like, you're having trouble with it, eat some sweets, man. Anything that you can do to get calories into your system, right, that's what you're gonna have to freaking do. So vice versa is true if you're trying to cut down. You know, if you think that you're dieting but you're really just staying the same weight, you're getting too much calories in the system. So you gotta, you know, pump the brakes. Maybe eat some stuff that's a little bit more, or a little bit less calorically dense. You know, if I were to eat a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch on my diet, like, sure, I could do it, but it wouldn't fill me up that much as, like, you know, eggs and keto bread would. But I feel like I've been kind of repeating myself when I say this, but it definitely is worth noting, because I feel like, you know, anybody that is gonna read or like see that like I gained, you know, like 8 pounds in like a week, right, they're instantly gonna jump to like, he gained 8 pounds in a week? How is that even possible? How 8 pounds of muscle in 1 week? What? No, come on, dude, be real. That's not how it works, right? This first week, I'm gonna have a spike of weight just from like filling up with carbs, water, you know, sodium, everything like that, right? Because right now I'm in a depleted state and I'm going to be in a full state. So when I graph my weight every morning, there's going to be an instant spike. I mean, just from eating all this food tonight and like whatever else I get from Kroger in a minute, I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow like 230. I don't even know, maybe even 240, just because I'll actually be fully carved up. But that's not muscle, right? That's just my muscles filling up with water, right? So when you hear, you know, people talking about holding water, stuff like that, it's not always a bad thing. You know, when you're fully bulked up, you are holding on to a lot more water, but it's intramuscular. You get what I'm saying? You know, when people talk about a watery look and how, like, oh, you don't want to hold on to a lot of water, for the most part, they're talking about like bodybuilders, like doing a bodybuilding show, you know, where they're that little bit of like subcutaneous or like water under the skin look actually matters. You do not have to freaking worry about that. Another little key aspect, don't worry about holding onto water if you go and take your creatine. It's not something that you're going to notice. It doesn't sound like a good thing to hold water, but no. Intramuscular water is not going to affect the way you look in any noticeable freaking manner, apart from maybe being a little bit bigger. So I think that's all I gotta freaking say, man. We're getting back into the real groove of things now. All I gotta do is make sure I don't fill the passenger seat leg space with all the takeout trash bags that I'm gonna be getting. But if you've been on the fritz about bulking or cutting, and you're maybe leaning towards bulking, this is your perfect cue. I know for a fact I'm gonna be bulking hard, so if you want to come along for the ride, try to put some beef on your frame. Plus, it's wintertime now, right? This is basically when you would want to bulk. I don't mean you as in like, you know, me. I kind of just mean in general. Like, people kind of don't, well, it just makes sense. You'd want to be bulking in the colder months when you're not walking around shirtless on the, you know, the pool or whatever else. And you want to be cutting in the summer. So, oof. You know, I don't really subscribe to that ideology. I was freaking bulking all freaking summer. But if you were the guy, let me say this, if this was you this year, then maybe you should just start your bulk now. You know, if last spring you were kind of thinking about cutting for summer, but you were like, oh, well, I'm not really that, maybe I should bulk a little bit first. You may as well just jump on if that's your deal, if you want to be cut in the summertime, then maybe just start the bulk now. If you're bulking, you gotta accept losing the abs a little bit at the benefit of strength and size. And if you're cutting, you gotta accept some strength loss and dealing with being hungry all the time for the benefit of losing body fat, either for the purpose of just bulking again, or, I don't know, just to look cool. Being lean is badass. Being bulked is badass. If you can be satisfied in either state,